Hi, my name is Terry. I'm a master's student at the University of Edinburgh, studying at the Royal Botanic Gardens, and I'm looking at the biodiversity and taxonomy of plants. And today I want to talk about this plant here, Welwitschia. Welwitschia is a plant that can only be found in the Namibian deserts of southwest Africa, and that is an extremely harsh and dry environment. And the reason why this plant looks so funny is because it's evolved a set of traits that helps it survive in a really, really hard place to live. Now, you can see here, this plant has 2 leaves, and it only ever grows 2 leaves its entire life. And the leaves grow from the center, from the stem, outwards, just like our hair. So leaves can be meters and meters and meters long, and out in the wild, the leaves get quite tattered and frayed, so they look a little bit unkempt. In a botanic garden, they're quite happy. These leaves are actually really thick and waxy, and that helps seal in moisture, and so that way they don't lose any moisture to the desert air. And another wonderful thing about these thick, waxy leaves is it actually helps condense water from the fog that rolls off the sea quite frequently. And the water drips down onto the soil so they can have a drink. But to make sure that the plant has a consistent source of water, they have extremely long taproots that grow down to the water table so they can constantly have a little bit of water so they don't dry out. Another wacky thing about this plant is that you'll never see flowers on it. Not a single petal, no scent, no flower, nothing. And that's because it produces cones. Cones just like a Christmas tree. And actually, this plant is an ancient conifer relative, and it has 2 leaves. Have you ever seen an ancient conifer relative like that? And another wonderful thing about this plant is if you ever get to see it in the wild, it gets really large and really big. Because they grow so slowly, they can live up to about 2,000 years or more. And they just look like giant hummocks of leaves, and they remind me of Cousin It, but on a really bad hair day. So anyway, I hope you get a chance to see this plant at a botanic garden, or maybe in person in the Namibian Desert, which I would be really jealous of, because one of my dreams. But thanks for listening, and I hope you've learned something.